Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite silly stories for kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no. One day, 3 little kids named Elijah, Abigail, and Joshy were all getting ready to hop in the bath. Now, they all loved bath time. They would jump in and have fun with lots of toys. It was a very exciting time, so as the kids were getting ready, all of a sudden they noticed something. The water was filling up, but it wasn't normal. It seemed to be a slightly different colour. Abigail? Do you know why the water seems like it's a little bit more blue than normal? I don't know, Elijah. What do you think? I don't know. It's very strange.
I'm gonna jump in,
said Joshy as he quickly jumped in, fully clothed. Joshy, what are you doing? As he landed in the bath, there was a big splash and some of the water came out on the floor. As it did, something strange happened. It didn't seem to just splash like normal water. It kept growing and growing and growing, and the water started to fill the entire bathroom. What's happening? Said Elijah. He looked around and the water level in the whole bathroom was getting higher and higher until it was almost getting up to their waist. The bathroom's filling up with water, said Abigail. This is very strange. I know, said Elijah, but what is happening?
Something's happening over here, said
Joshy. He picked up one of the toys. It was a fish, and it looked at him. Hello, Mr. Fish, said Joshy. Hi, Joshy. Are you ready for what's about to happen? What's about to happen? Said Elijah. Well, said the fish, this whole room is about to fill with water. But we can't breathe underwater, said Elijah. Okay. Well, before it gets to there, make sure that you use some of that special shampoo. What? Said Elijah. The special shampoo. Make sure you put some in your hair before the water gets too high. Oh, okay, said Elijah. He picked up the tube that the fish seemed to be pointing to. I haven't seen this shampoo before, he said. Quick, put some in, said Abigail. The water's getting really high. Okay. Elijah took some, and first he popped some in Joshy's hair. Then he popped some in Abigail's, and then some in his, and they all rubbed it into their hair, and it bubbled and bubbled and bubbled. Wow, this is really cool shampoo, said Elijah. Yeah, it's amazing, said Abigail. But the water's still getting higher. While they were watching the water, Joshy ducked underneath. Hello, he said from underneath the water. Oh, Joshy, how are you talking under there? I can breathe under here, he said. Oh, Elijah ducked under the water as well. Whoa, I can breathe too. Abigail dived under as well. Me 3. Wow, we can all breathe underwater now. Fantastic, said the fish. That means you're ready for the adventure. What adventure? Come with me, said the fish. The fish swam over to the corner of the bathroom where he opened a little hole in the floor. As he did, the water started to get sucked down like a giant plug hole. Wow! Yelled the kids as they got sucked down the hole. It drained into a tube that went zooming around through all kinds of curves and weaves until eventually the kids popped out. Where are we? Said Elijah. We're in the middle of the ocean, said Abigail. Come on, said the fish, as he started swimming down. Oh, okay, said the kids. They all ducked under the water and started to follow the fish. The fish was very quick, but the kids couldn't keep up. Excuse me, Mr. Fish, can you slow down a little bit? We can't keep up. Hang on, said the fish. I'll get some of my friends. He made a very funny noise, and as he did, some other fish came flying up to where the kids were. Each one seemed to have some string in its mouth. Grab on, said the fish. Really, said the kids. Really, said the fish. So all 3 kids grabbed onto the strings that were in the mouths of the fishes, and they started swimming together, the fish pulling each kid along. It was amazing. They saw all kinds of crazy things as they were getting deeper and deeper in the ocean. They saw coral and different plants, and they even saw a crab wearing a crown that seemed to be talking to another crab. Who's that? Oh, that's King Krabby Claus. Who's he? Oh, that's a different story, said the fish, as he swam deeper and deeper into the ocean until it opened up into a giant underwater arena. In the middle of the arena, there was a whole bunch of dolphins standing on either side. What's going on there? Ah, this is the World Championships of King of the Dolphins. King of the Dolphins, said Elijah. What's that? Well, all the dolphins compete in a lot of different events to see who is king of the dolphins. Well, what are we doing here? Said the kids. Well, one of this very special events involves you. Us? Said Abigail. Yes, you, said the fish. That sounds like fun, said Joshy. Is it now? Well, no, we need to get through the other events first, but you can definitely watch. And I'm pretty sure you might even be able to help. Really, said the kids. Let's do it. They swam down, and as they were swimming down, all the dolphins looked up and saw the kids coming in. They all started to cheer. Hooray! The kids are here! The kids are here, said the dolphins. And they swam in circles, making a little whirlpool that seemed to suck the kids down right to the middle of the arena. When they landed on the floor of the ocean, all the dolphins started to clap their flippers together and make very funny squeaky noises. What's going on? They're very happy, said the fish. Oh, that's good. Now that we have the special guests of honor, said one of the big dolphins, let's start the King of the Dolphin. The kids cheered as well as all the dolphins, and the dolphins started to flip their tails and spin. The events will involve strength and speed. Oh, I really wish we could compete in the King of the Dolphins, said Elijah. Yes, said Abigail, that'd be so much fun. Oh, well, said Joshy, we're not dolphins. Well, if you'd like to compete, said the fish, there is one way. Really, said the kids. Really, said the fish. You just need to eat a little bit of this. He handed them a very strange piece of seaweed. That does not look yum, said Elijah. Yes, said Abigail, that looks disgusting. It tastes disgusting too, said Joshy as he was chewing on his piece of seaweed. Whoa, Joshy, what's... Oh my goodness! All of a sudden, Joshy's feet stuck together and he formed a flipper at the back. Whoa! What's going on? He slowly transformed until... Joshy, you're a dolphin! Wow, said Joshy. He started swimming around in circles doing spins and flips. Look at me, he said. Whoa, I'm definitely eating this. Elijah stuffed the piece of seaweed into his mouth and munched it down. He turned into a dolphin as well, and Abigail followed the same. The three kids were dolphins and were swimming around with all the other dolphins. Wow, said the announcer. Looks like we have 3 new contestants for King of the Dolphins. Or maybe even Queen of the Dolphins, said the announcer. Abigail smiled. All right, the first event is the beach ball bounce. What you need to do is there's a beach ball on the surface of the ocean. The first dolphin to swim to the top and belt the beach ball into the air will be declared the winner. Ready, set, go! When the announcer yelled go, all the dolphins started swimming as fast as they could towards the surface. The kids took a little bit to work out how to swim as a dolphin, but they blasted up, chasing all the other dolphins at the same time. They were zooming in and out, and the dolphins were smiling and squeaking. They're having so much fun, said Elijah. I know, said Abigail, this is the best. They swam past lots and lots of dolphins until they got to the top. They could see the colourful beach ball in the middle, and whack! One of the dolphins' tails smacked the beach ball into the air. Was that? It was me, said Elijah. Well done, said Abigail. All the dolphins started jumping out of the water and clapping their fins together. The kids were so excited as they swam back down to the bottom when the announcer declared the start of the next event. For the next event, you must work in a team of 3. We've attached 3 ropes to giant boulders, and what you need to do is drag your boulder from this line here all the way over to this line over here. So the dolphins all split up into their groups. Let's stick together, said Elijah. Good idea, said Abigail. I'm gonna win, said Joshy. If you win, then we all win. But no, I'm gonna win more than you. But we're on a team, said the other kids. Okay, said Joshy. The announcer called out, ready, set, go! Elijah and Abigail started pulling as hard as they could. The other dolphins seemed to be moving their boulders quite well, but for some reason their boulder would not go. I'm pulling as hard as I can, said Elijah. Me too, said Abigail. Joshy, are you pulling? They looked around behind them, and there was Joshy pulling the other direction. I'm pulling as hard as I can. Wrong way, called out Elijah. "Oh, sorry," said Joshy, as he started swimming straight up and trying to lift the boulder off the ground. "What are you doing?" Are we not lifting the boulder?" "No, we got to pull it this way," said Elijah. "Oh, okay," said Joshy. He turned around and started trying to pull with the other kids. And as they pulled, they realised that another dolphin had already won the event. "Oh dear," they said. Oh well. They decided to be happy for the dolphins that had won, and they clapped their flippers and made squeaky noises to celebrate. "All right, the last event. Now, you kids, do you mind helping us out with this one?" Sure," said the kids. "We need you to turn back into normal kids, though. But that means that we won't be able to win the King of the Dolphins." "That's okay," said Elijah. "We didn't need to win anyway. It was just fun to compete." "Yeah," said Abigail. I think I will still try and win," said Joshy. Come on, we need to help the dolphins." "Oh, okay," he said. So the kids went over to the fish and said, "How do we turn back into normal kids again?" He handed them a different piece of seaweed. This one was orange. They all started munching it down, and as they did, they turned back into normal kids. But fortunately, they could still breathe underwater. For the final race, we are playing the biggest game of dolphin hide and seek. Now you kids need to run off into that field of seaweed and hide as best as you can. Then we will send out all the dolphins to find you. The first dolphin to find you three kids will be declared the winner. Are you ready, kids? We think so. Set, go, yelled the announcer, and the three kids raced off into the seaweed, and they ran around until they could find places to hide. They found a bunch of seaweed that lifted over the top of a rock. They pushed really hard and lifted the rock off the ground. Then they dug a small hole underneath it and they hid. Then they could hear the announcer calling, "All right, dolphins, ready, set, go!" he yelled, and they could hear the dolphins swimming around over the top of them, flicking and clapping and making all the noises they could. The kids looked around. "This is such a good hiding spot," said Elijah. "I know," said Abigail. "This is amazing." Said Joshy, "can we go find them now?" "No, we got to stay here and hide." "But I want to find the dolphins." All of a sudden, Joshy snuck out of the hole. "Joshy, come back!" yelled Elijah. "Oh dear, should we stay or should we run?" "Oh, we better follow him," said Abigail. "He might get lost." Okay, so Elijah and Abigail started trying to run off after Joshy, but they couldn't find him anywhere. A couple of dolphins swam over. "We found you," they said. We know, but we've lost our brother." "Oh, well the rules say that we need to find all three." "Oh dear, well let's work together and see if we can find him." They started swimming around through all of the seaweed, but they couldn't find Joshy anywhere. Where could he possibly be? All the dolphins came together and they decided to use their sonar powers to try and find Joshy. They all put their heads together and they sent out a big blast. They felt and waited. "I think he's this way." They raced off in the direction and found Joshy sitting in a big pile of seaweed, fast asleep. "Oh, it's been a very big day for him," said Elijah. "A massive day," said Abigail. "Well," said the announcer, "seeing nobody really found the kids, I guess." "Elijah, I think you're the winner." "What?" said Elijah. "Hooray!" The kids all cheered and the dolphins all squeaked and chanted as well. They were so excited, and with all the excitement, Joshy woke up. Did I win?" he said. The kids smiled and the dolphins all lifted them up and took them on a big dolphin ride around the entire arena. The kids had so much fun. "Well, we better get back to our bathroom. Our mum will be wondering where we are." "Oh, okay." So the kids jumped on the back of a dolphin who swam them all the way back up to the surface. "How do we get back into the bathroom?" said Elijah. "Well," said the fish, "see that pipe there?" Yep," said the kids. "Hold tight." The dolphin smacked the kids with his tail and shoo! They went straight up the pipe, all the way through and back into the bathroom. They popped out and landed back in the middle of the bath with a giant splash. With that, their mum came racing into the room. She looked around. Everything was saturated. "Kids, what happened in here?" she said. "Well," said Abigail, "I don't think you'd believe us, even if we told you." And that is the end of the story. Today's episode is being brought to you by Seaweed Shampoo. Sick of only being able to breathe above water? Get yourself some Seaweed Shampoo and be able to explore the depths of the ocean. We hope that you've been enjoying the silly stories for kids. This is from all of us at the Seaweed Shampoo Company. And from me, Sam. We'll see you soon.